often your customers are new to credit, right? So some of them, especially if you look at a tier 2 city or tier 3 city.
Most of the financiers or banks, they face a lot of challenge to underwrite a NTC customer. As any human being requires three things, which is roti, kapda or makan. The fourth thing is either two-wheeler or mobile. By using account aggregator, we identify what is the balance customer is maintaining. Try to go to their place to maybe collect EMI. They are very sensitive and they always say, don't call us, we will come and pay you.
Altogether, there was a huge supply chain, okay, that we have to print the agreements, then it has to reach to the customer's location, then customer will sign all 25, 30 pages. A SignDesk came into picture, shown us the full journey of end-to-end digital onboarding altogether.
And today with one OTP, the entire signature has been done. We have seen UPA as a big transformation, and where India has taken a lead over the world.
Welcome everyone to the podcast. So we've been looking at various organizations from a digital transformation perspective, be it financial services, be it NBFCs, be it Fintech organizations. So today we will be showcasing another such story of CreditWise. So they're in fact a leader in the two-wheeler lending Fintech space. So I have with me today Mr. Gurpreet Singh Sodhi. He's the co-founder and CEO of CreditWise. And I have with me Mr. Vinit Ojha. He's the Director of Product and Operations. So thank you, both of you, for being part of this show. Really, and looking forward to this conversation with you.
Thanks, Karthik, for having us.
Thank you. So, Mr. Sodhi, I would like to understand, why did you choose two-wheeler lending in particular? What's the thought process behind that, and how did this entire idea emerge?
I think about why did we started two-wheeler financing goes long back. It's almost 30 years.
Wow.
I'm attached with the two wheels, and my first 15 years of my career was with working for major OEMs of country. I have worked for an organization like Hero Motors. I have worked for Kinetic.
Okay.
Also, I was heading the rural part of Bajaj sales for the country. After spending 15 years, my thought process was very clear कि if this product can be driven, the major leverage can be got through financing, and that is where I moved to Bajaj Finance. Worked with Bajaj Finance, and then finally I was a head of HDFC Bank two-wheeler loans, where I led a journey from a complete transformation perspective, from a loss-making product to a highly yielding product, and then finally led a journey with HDB Financial Services. Spending 30 years, I knew what were the challenges of this market in practical, why financiers come into, why they mushroom out, what are the challenges completely I could see in last 3 decades. I always wanted to be an entrepreneur, so I thought let me take it, and CreditWise Capital is one opportunity what I saw in where this company is completely tech-driven company, approach towards customer, approach towards market is completely different, and finally the way we have built up. Today we are in 10 states, we are 220 cities.
Wow.
Without a branch, a single branch, where all other NBFC, they have brick and mortar model. I think then finally we have also gone through all the areas which need to be looked at is high operating cost. For example, is from a credit, you have to put in a lot of credit people.
Yes.
So we have automated the entire underwriting, we have automated our disbursal process, we have automated our even acquiring a customer. So I think that has been one of a great strength of ours. I am passionate about two-wheelers, and I think that is something my destiny has been, and I've been with for last 30 years.
Thank you for sharing that journey. It's really inspiring, and that entire focus for so many years purely on two-wheelers and then building your own organization around that.
You will find very few people in this industry who can repair a two-wheeler and finally build a two-wheeler and finally finance a
Finance
two-wheeler.
that also.
So I have seen a complete journey.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, Mr. Sodhi, often your customers are new to credit, right? So some of them, especially if you look at a tier 2 city or tier 3 city, so they may, with no probably traditional financial history also. Right? So how do you actually go about assessing their credit worthiness when you're looking at financing?
I think I feel honored and also feel blessed and see this as an opportunity. NTC customer is a new to credit customer. First time they are buying.
Yeah.
So if you see in tier 2, tier 3 population, this would be maximum.
Yes.
The best part for us is कि these customers have never taken a loan. The approach has been very clear कि as any human being requires three things, which is roti, kapda or makan. The fourth thing is either two-wheeler or mobile. So we are very proud that a customer building a first credit history is either taking two-wheeler or taking today a mobile. So, and both mobile and two-wheeler are for mobility only.
Correct.
So I think we are very, very proud. That is one. Now, how do we look at these customers is we understand that most of the financiers or banks, they face a lot of challenge to underwrite a NTC customer. I think we, with the experience of age and through technology, have achieved a great success milestone. Even today, my technology, what we have built, underwriting process, approves automatically as NTC customer with no manual intervention, where others struggles. So like if I ask a customer, give me an account statement. So in a rural markets, you don't find customers so educated.
Correct.
So what we look into is through account aggregator. By using account aggregator, we identify what is the balance customer is maintaining. It gives us a confidence and understanding what actually. So without taking a documentation, we are finally looking at the income. Then we have so many tools like affluence score. Through satellite imagery, we identify how far our customer lives away from a school, a hospital's place of worship, and a bus stand, and finally we generate a score, which gives us a probability of customer going to be default in future. So we use a lot of tools and insight what we use to underwrite this NTC customer, and I think we are the one very few in the industry where we have. We are very proud that after looking at our underwriting process, HDFC Bank has selected as our only co-lending partner in the country for two-wheeler loans.
Wonderful.
So a bank like HDFC Bank coming in journey, looking at underwriting process, I think we are very proud to work on this underwriting, and we are known for our underwriting in this industry.
Very interesting. So with, you're talking about tier 2, tier 3 cities. So essentially there's always this, division about India and Bharat that we talk about, and you're lending to the Bharat side of things. So what are some learnings that you've got with respect to how these work, and something that you have incorporated in your journey?
So I think from a customer's perspective, if we see tier 1 versus tier 2, tier 3 cities, if I talk about for our specialty business, we require two things. One is stability and contactability. For me, giving a 80,000 to 1 lakh loan to a two-wheeler customer, most important is stability and contactability. So, especially in tier 2, tier 3 cities, most of the customers have their own house.
Correct.
So, rented profiles are very less, unlikely in tier 1. What we have observed in rented profiles, specifically in tier 1, delinquencies are being seen on a higher side. But once we at customer's house, it is very easy for us to collect also.
Yeah.
Secondly, the behavior of customer is very, very good in rural pockets, especially tier 2, tier 3 cities. These customers for us, they the moment we call them or try to go to their place to maybe collect EMI in case customer has, and they feel they are very sensitive and they always say, don't call us, we will come and pay you. So the attitude toward that is very good. So I think more of a situational issue can happen rather than low of intentional default is in tier 2.
Okay. So with some of the examples that you shared right now, right, with respect to underwriting also, so there's a lot of technology is coming into play, and now more and more organizations are adopting AI also in their entire journey. So what's been the adoption of AI from credit-wise standpoint in this?
So I think AI and the technology, for us, since we have in-house technology company, Analytic Fox, I will say technology and AI has been a muscle to a skeleton. So it helps us build muscle. We can do underwriting, we can do collections through AI. Today, the calling to the customers to repay or to inform them about EMI or anything is done through AI. If I talk about underwriting, it is already been done through AI as well as through technology. We have a BRE rule engines which runs, and finally it gives us a outcome. So I think it has been great for so far about this AI and technology. I think a lot of things have been sorted out. I have seen this journey since I have seen that time and there was no bureau. I have been working in this market, and finally I have seen those time when there was no app. Okay. So I've seen, so at least you will be find few among me which when I've seen no TV versus TV, and today TV is not there, mobile is everything for the world.
Yes.
So I think that is something great what we have been looking at, and the technology has completely transformed our business. That is the reason today without a branch we are operational in 200 towns and doing successful for last 6 years.
Wonderful. So, Vineet, I had a question for you. So, in this entire process that we're talking about lending in the tier 2, tier 3 cities, your entire documentation and compliance also becomes a very crucial aspect of that. So, how has your association with SignDesk kind of played in this space?
So, first of all, thanks for having me. I have seen that time where customer we had to send the agreements. It's about after sanction. Okay. So post sanction we had to send the agreements by printing at our head office, then sending those agreements via courier, different courier partners. Then they'll confirm that courier has been received. Then ultimately there was a huge supply chain. Okay, that we have to print the agreements. Then it has to reach to the customer's location. Then customer will sign all 25, 30 pages.
Correct.
Okay, so it was very hectic altogether.
Yeah.
Okay, and as a customer also, I used to get how many signs you needed. Correct. And then I think SignDesk came into picture. Okay, they shown us the full journey of end-to-end digital onboarding altogether. So just with a click of button, we started with our template creation. It was very interesting altogether. So we started with template creation. We understood that we can create the template. We can integrate in our journey where the customer needs just to sign through OTP, and our agreement signing is done only just by clicking one sign or maybe the OTP. Correct. So I think underwriting, what Gurpreet sir mentioned, was one challenge which we actually solved through our technology and AI piece with our in-house. But the second part, which is post-sanction, which is our agreement signing, KYC, we have solved basically, I would say 90% problem was solved with this post-onboarding journey, okay, which is agreement signing, eSigning, everything is in place right now. Okay, so I think earlier we used to manage complete file management. Right now we are only managing few documents which are mandatory from the compliance perspective. Okay, and I don't have to tie up with so many courier partners. I don't have to tie up with so many printing partners that we have to print those agreements. The second point which helped us a lot is basically the compliance, where your stamp paper procurement. Earlier we had to go to some vendors to procure the stamp papers as a part of legal process, as a part of compliance process. मुझे Bangalore का stamp paper चाहिए, I want to procure Delhi का stamp papers. So we were struggling at that one time. But with the help of this digital onboarding journey via SignDesk, I think it helped us a lot that we are signing as well as stamping also. The franking was the biggest issue earlier days, correct? So now my franking, signing and stamping, all three is taking place in the same period of time. So that's way I think we have digitized our journey, and which is helping us a lot.
So I know both of you mentioned about the role of AI also that's coming into the picture, and so right from even the onboarding process to the internal processes consolidation and faster turnaround, there's a lot more traction that we are also seeing from AI adoption perspective.
Good to know.
So in this entire process, while customers may be still getting exposed new to a digital ecosystem itself, but the customer experience becomes crucial. So how have you seen customer experience playing, considering you're a Fintech organization and you've been tech first from that perspective?
I think one more challenge is we are in tier 2, tier 3 cities along with Fintech. So, but I think hats off to the way the technology has helped us transform our journey. See, the best part is the experience which has been developed through a technology is so easy to operate. It already gives a lot of experience. Like earlier, a customer used to sign, and today not many banks you'll find customer signing 50 signatures.
Yes.
Physical file, and today with one OTP the entire signature has been done. Digital onboarding happens.
Correct.
You get everything you want to. You can sign digitally everything. Today WhatsApp, I'm just giving you an example. Nobody is teaching a customer to use WhatsApp, but WhatsApp is a big success. I think this is a technology, the power of technology, which I think India has been one of a story. And we are really proud that we have built an organization with a lot of fundamentals and keeping technology as a solution to all our challenges.
Yeah. No, that's truly inspiring. And I think one of the part of this podcast series also that we're looking at is to showcase organizations like you, which from India are driving such digital transformation itself. So my final question, Mr. Sodhi, is as India is building out its digital infrastructure also, so there's going to be a lot more digital transformation that we're going to see in the coming years. So what's your view on the future of digital lending?
So I think more and more technology will come. It will help both the customers and the lenders and overall ecosystem in a very, very big way. We have seen UPI as a big
Yes.
transformation where India has taken a lead over the world.
Correct.
I've been traveling across the world and seeing the best of the countries where cash is today being
Yes.
asked, and I am really surprised how, and they are saying credit card to abhi ye country mein hamare aaya hai.
Correct.
Me and Vineet had gone to some countries to visit, and we were very surprised. They say credit card documentation देंगे,
Correct.
whereas India has transformed. So I think more and more digitization happen, more or more transformation happen. India is bound to grow, and our customer today, we are so easy. I don't know when I have last time gone to ATM to draw my money.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think what more you want? You are not today. You are not worried about anything. You are traveling freely. You are doing
True.
transaction. Our economy is growing, and I think it was not possible without a vision of the government. And then finally, the complete digitization work which is happening in India, and really proud to be part of this story of India growth, what has come because of technology.
Yeah. So thank you, Mr. Sodhi. Thank you, Vineet, for sharing all these wonderful insights. It's really inspiring to see the entrepreneurial journey also. I'm sure this is going to inspire and motivate a lot of people to also step into this journey, and because I'm sure there are a lot of problems which are specific to India that can also be taken global, and technology, like you said, will be the key differentiator in that.
Thank you. I think credit-wise capital for last 3.5 years from 50 crores have gone to 700 crores AUM. It would have not been possible without technology.
Yeah.
Without our branches, without our, so we have been able to solve a lot of things. Lending, lot of challenges are there. You are sitting in Bombay, you don't know what is happening in a place like Chhapra or Samastipur, who is a customer, and we are able to establish. I think because of technology, we have been able to solve a lot of frauds, lot of other
Yes.
things, and underwrite a customer. I think that is, I'll say technology playing a very, very important, vital role, especially for our story. And I am hoping that going forward, we get more tools. And
Yes.
thank you to you and the SignDesk team, and compliments of good work you guys are doing.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So it was really nice talking to both of you. Thank you once again for your time.
Thank you. Thank
So
you.
for more such interesting stories, stay tuned. I'm your host, Karthik Nagin, signing off. Thank you.